Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys again with another video. In today's video, man, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this. This is gonna be kind of like a what if video. Like, what if the Detroit Lions did this? Um, it's that time of year where we got free agency right around the corner. Next week coming up, the NFL draft coming up at the end of April. We have the NFL Combine that just wrapped up. You know, there's all kinds of rumors swirling around as well, and then there's just like possible signings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This guy's going this way, this team. This guy's going here. This guy's getting re-signed. This guy's getting cut. So this is just kind of one of those. I'm kind of just going like one of those. It's one of those fold the dishes kind of moment. If you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? It's one of those folded dishes. If you guys kind of know what that means. Now, it has to do with the draft. It has to do with the NFL draft. As you guys all know, we have the number 2 pick in the draft. Everybody knows that overall. The Jacksonville Jaguars have that number 1 pick. And there's rumblings going around, which I saw in the last day or two, today, and maybe a little bit of yesterday, when the Combine was wrapping up, that the Jacksonville Jaguars are absolutely in love with Aiden Hutchinson. So everyone's saying, everyone's telling me that Aiden Hutchinson is that Dan Campbell type of guy. That's the guy he wants 100%. And we don't know this, but he's got the work ethic. He's the hometown kid. Went to Michigan. He's a Wolverine, and he's just got a crazy work ethic. Everybody loves him. He needs to stay in Detroit. Now, what if the Jacksonville Jaguars take Aiden Hutchinson? Okay, everyone seems now there's about 60 to 70% of this fan base that absolutely hate Kayvon Thibodeaux now for walking out in the Combine. I think it's a conversation, but Evan Neal, he didn't even participate. And he didn't even participate because he knew it was going to be a long day as well. I think those are the words that came out of his mouth. He decided he wanted to do his things at his pro day. Now, I think a lot of guys probably should have. I think Thibodeaux should have probably bowed out of the Combine early, and I actually think that Hutchinson should have just did his pro day too as well, because anything can happen. Hutchinson tested really well. His RAS, his athletics were through the roof. Everything was in the green. Everything was elite. He was great. He lifted good. Well, no, he didn't lift. He didn't bench. He did the shuttle, the cones, running at 260 pounds or whatever, 265, whatever he came at, and he just did everything well. His athletic scores were through the roof. The metrics were there. Now, what if Jacksonville Jaguar take Aiden Hutchinson? I just talked about Evan Neal. Evan Neal would be there. Now, I'm going to say something here. This is something that I don't think the Lions should necessarily do. But what if they do? Okay, because I know a lot of Lions fans did not expect Penei Sewell to be drafted last year. I know there was some people that did. Obviously, we had a couple of guys on our group on the Infinite Sports Network that loved Penei Sewell, and they thought he was going to be the guy at 7. And he ended up being the guy at 7 if he slipped past the Bengals. I know I was one of them that thought that the Cincinnati Bengals were going to for sure grab Sewell because Joe Burrow gets killed. He got killed in his rookie year, got hurt, broke his leg, whatever happened to him. And he was like one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league this year, even though they went to a Super Bowl. So they need to protect Joe Burrow. They decided to go Ja'Marr Chase. The rest is history. They had a phenomenal offense. Went to the Super Bowl with that offense, but he still got banged up. Joe Burrow still got hit religiously in the Super Bowl. And what if they would have had that tackle? Who knows what would have happened? They might not even made it out of the first round. Might not have made the playoffs because Ja'Marr Chase was that good. But what if Evan Neal is staring us in the face? Would Brad Holmes have the gonads to draft him? Now, I personally think he's the best O-line prospect in this draft. I think he's one of the best O-line prospects I've seen in a while. If we were to draft this guy, we were to draft him, right? we obviously have a left tackle. Okay, we obviously have a left tackle in Taylor Decker. Now we're not releasing Taylor Decker. Nothing like that. I don't possibly see it. I think the dead cap is too much, even though I'm not a big believer in in the cap. I think I've always said that I think the cap is a huge myth, and there's ways around it. They hire these expensive capologists to take care of the cap, manipulate the cap into the green, so you can go forward with the season. You know, there's teams that don't even care about the cap. Hence, L.A. Rams, New Orleans Saints, Green Bay Packers. There's teams that just don't give a damn about the NFL cap. They just really don't. Now, Brad Holmes, I don't know if he's like that. He came here his first year last year. He didn't go out and sign a bunch of big name free agents. They couldn't anyways, because they're in a build year. He did it the smart way. He decided to build small and try to go bigger probably as the years go on. When your team gets better, there's rumors that they're going to go try to get maybe at least one big time free agent this year. It's a rumor, but who knows? But go back to Taylor Decker. Now, he's a very underrated left tackle. I think he's probably I'd say he's a top 12 to 15 left tackle in the league. He's not talked about a lot because he plays for the Detroit Lions. There's just not a lot of good things to say about anybody on this team, whether you're good, bad, or ugly. It's just, especially when you're good, it's like you just kind of are an afterthought. Now, with Taylor Decker, this will be his 7th year in the league. He's been relatively healthy his whole career. He missed some time 2017 and missed considerable time again in 2021, just last year. So about a total of 16 games Taylor Decker has missed over his 6-year career, going into his 7th this year. They obviously wouldn't release him, like I said, because if you release him, you're paying through the nose for 2022, 2023 on a dead cap. So you could possibly trade him. Pre-June 1st. It'd be a $14 million dead cap hit. And then you could, post-June, it's $4 million, 2022 cap season savings. Okay? That's all pre and post. Then they can think about pre-releasing this guy, and the dead cap, like I said earlier, is huge in 2022, 2023. It's $24 million plus. Now, a guy that really cares about the cap would probably not recommend in doing that. Now, if they post-trade him, again, dead cap is total between 2022 and 2023. It's $14 million plus. So it's not as high as $24 million plus, but it's still high. It's still in double digits. It's high, but it's a savings of $15 million in 2022. So, but his out is 2023, Taylor Decker. So if they were just to say, you're not going to release the guy, you're probably, if anything, if you're going to grab an Evan Neal, you're going to try to trade Taylor Decker. Now, he's 28 years old, like I said. He's a beast of a man. And I think he's one of the better left tackles in the league. I think he's, there's average at about 16. I think he's up there a little bit from 15 to 12, going upwards. So I think he's above average. And I think he's a really good left tackle. Does Brad Holmes have the nuts to do something like that? And if they were to keep Taylor Decker around, just say keep Taylor Decker around because his out is 2023, would you possibly move Evan Neal to guard? He started 13 games as a freshman at left guard for Alabama. Now he's versatile. So you like that about him. He can do that for your team. Now, you're probably not going to get rid of Jonah. He's a little bit younger. Are you going to get rid of Big V? Okay, who I think played much better this year under Dan Campbell and Hank Fraley, our own line coach. Now, Big V's out is 2022 this year. So you're saving money with a release, or even more money with a trade, especially post June 1st. Now, this really just a thought. I'm not saying it should happen, but could it happen? You would have an O-line set for a long, long time. And you can make the argument for both, because why would you want to fix something that's not broke? I do understand it. You got a really good left tackle. I think he's a good left tackle. I think you can win with Taylor Decker. But by the time I think this team is going to be good, he could be 30. He could be 30 years old. And I'm not saying he's all washed up at 30, because there's old linemen that play well into the 30s. Andrew Whitworth did it when he was 40 years old. I believe he's retiring. But that's very rare that you see a guy playing 40 years old at left tackle. Now, it's just a thought. I don't think it should happen. But could the Detroit Lions make that deal? Could they go and set that line up with a line, and then eventually put Evan Neal probably at left tackle? Evan Neal or Penei Sewell. Eventually, you'd have just say in 2023, we would have a line of Evan Neal, left tackle, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Big V, or another guard, who knows, Big V, and Penei Sewell. That's a scary O-line, guys. That's a scary O-line, Lions fans. I'm just saying, it's just a thought. It's one of those fold the dishes kind of thought. If you guys know what I'm trying to get at there. It's just something that I was thinking about, It's just a what-if scenario. Why not? You could save some money in the future. You could hold on to Decker. You could possibly get rid of Big V, Halaputi Vaitai, and you can insert Evan Neal at guard for a year and then move him possibly to left tackle. Or you can even put Evan Neal at right tackle and move Sewell to left tackle. I think Sewell's going to be a better right tackle. I think he played way better at right tackle than he did at left tackle. But there's still lot more to come with Sewell. So it's just one of those what-if moments. Could it happen? Could the Jacksonville Jaguars take Hutchinson? And could the Detroit Lions, where they got the best left tackle on the board, staring at them in the face, could they do it? Sit on him for a year, play him at guard, because he's got to play. He's not going to sit. It's not a quarterback. It's not a guy that needs time to develop. You're going to insert Evan Neal immediately at guard, or you're trading away Taylor Decker. And, you're not saving as much money in 2022, but if you wait a bit, you could save some money. 2023, you could save even more, and then you can insert Neal at left tackle. Just a thought, guys. Sit on it. Don't get too crazy about it. I'm not saying we should do this, but it's just a thought. Why not? Let's think about it, man. Let's talk about it. But that's the video, guys. Hit the bottom on the right-hand corner. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot. Share it. Hit the notification bell. Get all my videos. And like and comment. Let's like and comment this up. Let's talk about it, guys. Evan Neal in the building. Uh-oh. Boom.